to sitting in the hot seat here, and it's been a little whirlwind for you here over the last month and a half or so. You know, of course, you get the lockout that ends because you were one of the unfortunate that was locked out of work. And you go into camp in Calgary, you get traded, so all of a sudden, a little shift in the career there, to path, I should say. You end up with the Blackhawks, and you've been up and down between here and Chicago, so it's you realize where you're at right now, you're kind of all over the place here for the last month or so.
Yeah, it's been a little bit special season, but I'm happy to be here now and play some games. And it's been great so far.
You know, the one thing that stood out when I was looking at your bio when you got traded to the organization was, you know, how few games you've actually played in over the last 2 years as a goalie and as a competitor. Number one, you reached your goal, which you were in the NHL, which is awesome. But at the same time, you know, how much do you want to be in? I mean, I know you want to play, but does that take a toll on you, especially as a goalie? How much do you want to be in the game?
Yeah, I want to play for sure.
Yeah, every single night, right?
Yeah. It's been. I think my first year in Calgary was the same time, like 17 games, and just 9 or 10 last year. That's not enough. And then I was locked out, so I really needed to play games. So I was really glad that I got traded, and Chicago picked me up, and then get a chance to play.
Yeah, I mean, it's especially as a goaltender, because I mean, every goalie I met wants to be in every single game, and you know, you look at a 3-game in 3 nights like we do in the American Hockey League. It's tough to play that much, but when you're in that situation as a goalie and you get to that 3rd game, you still want to be in the net, even if you played the 2 nights before, right?
Yeah, you want to play, and it's a good. We have a good goalie too, so both probably get a chance to play this weekend, but we'll see that.
Now, let me ask you: you switch organizations, and you know the relationship between the goalie and the goalie partner is probably a lot more unique than maybe any other position on the team. How not difficult, but what's the transition like when you move to a different team? Whether you're moving from Abbotsford to Calgary or Rockford to Chicago, when you're working with your goalie partner in Chicago or Rockford, wherever it might be. You know, talk about that relationship a little bit, the dynamic that's behind it.
Look it up. There's tons of pictures of it. Yeah, I couldn't find any pictures. Yeah, but look it up. It's real cool.
Pat's a really good guy, so we come along with it, and then of course both want to play, and that's you get used to that. So often it's not a problem, but it's way better when you're big friends too.
What's going on with Sweden and goalies right now? I mean, it seems like there's Swedish goalies all over the place. Our first 2 games in Rockford were both against Swedish goalies. You know, all 3 of you have been in the NHL this year. Obviously, Milwaukee's got Halbert's a Swedish goalie as well, right? So, I mean, you guys are kind of all over the place. I mean, what's in the water over in Sweden? What's been the big issue with the Swedish goalies?
I think Sweden has worked a lot on their goaltending, and we have a lot of good goalie coaches. It's been doing that for a couple of years, so that helped a lot of goalies develop. And also, the last couple of years, a lot of big goalies coming through in Sweden. And, I think that's the future, to be honest. Need to be pretty big to play a goalie, but I think it's definitely the work that Swedish, the Ice Hockey Federation, what is it?
Yeah, sure. Like a national.
Yeah, they put in a lot of work in goaltending and in goal coaches, so that pays off.
Now, you mentioned being bigger. You're 6'6". You're a big guy. Now you're 6'7". Someone told me the other day that no, 6'6". Don't want to be 6'7".
6'6". Well, I'm 6'5".
Yeah. 6'6" in the morning, 6'5" at night, right?
Yeah.
You got to think as the day goes on.